All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into the Cinema Worlds podcast, short number 3. Tonight I am got a guest, though, not by myself tonight. You guys probably know him very well at this point, the most frequent guest on the podcast, Mr. Seth Rogers. It's been a while. What's going on, pal?
Morning. How we doing? Good to be here in the morning.
It's been a grip since we had you on.
Yeah, the holidays are over. You know, it's fun to go through all those holiday movies and rip through them, but now that it's done, you go back to your list of things that you got to keep watching. So it was good to get that back on track, and I got a good amount knocked out. So
nice. I definitely did way less like holiday viewing than I usually do this year.
Yeah, I missed out on a few too.
I didn't cover a lot of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I've been rewatching a lot of shit.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna let's start with you. We're gonna be doing a couple reviews at the end. But what have you been watching lately? Anything special?
I just got into. So I've never watched The Hunger Games, but I watched that. I can't think of the name now. So something snakes and whatever.
Birds and snakes.
Yeah, I mean, I was never for some reason The Hunger Games. It's not that I didn't like it. I never got around to seeing it, and just thought the ship sailed by then and didn't have to watch it. But I watched this one, and honestly, it was pretty good, and it really made me want to. I'll watch those now, but it was very entertaining.
I like the first one a lot.
Decent amount of action too.
Yeah.
Like the main character, the female, she has a weird accent. That's the only thing I didn't like. It was weird. She had like a Mississippi accent or something weird. It was but no, honestly, besides that, the movie was very good, and even though I didn't watch the other three, they had a lot of things that
like Easter eggs.
That kind of tied it in. Yeah. Where you're like, oh, okay, that's how that happened. So yeah, I was very very impressed. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I haven't checked that out. Like I said, I like the first one a lot. I know a lot of people said that they liked the sequel, part 2, even better than the first one. I felt completely the opposite. I felt like it was just a watered down version.
And then 3's in 2 different parts, right? 2
different parts, which I don't think I ever even got around to those.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. You check out Wonka, right?
I did, yeah. I did see Wonka, too.
That was the last thing we reviewed on here.
Yeah. Honestly, it wasn't my favorite. I think it was more so just like the plot itself and a lot of the side characters. I think Daisy or whatever.
I've seen a lot of that same complaint.
Whatever the side character is.
Too much side story of people I don't care about and shit.
And then there was not nearly enough, and not just because it was the funniest part, but there was not nearly enough Oompa Loompa.
Oh, yeah.
Like Hugh Grant as Oompa Loompa was wicked fucking funny. Yeah, there was not nearly enough of that, but it's like somewhere in the middle. It's not that. I thought Chalamet had a very good performance. It definitely wasn't him that I maybe kind of not like the movie.
Yeah,
but
no, he was great.
It was kind of more so everything else is what turned me off a little bit. Like I said, somewhere in the middle. I'd be good with honestly not watching it again. I won't go out of my way going forward to watch it again. Maybe want to watch the older one.
It's like HBO. I'll be like, oh yeah, sweet, toss it on.
Yeah.
It'll I don't know, probably be a random weekend or some shit like that.
It just makes me want to watch the original one just to like appreciate it even more than I already do.
The movie's fantastic.
No,
I actually haven't watched it in a little while though. What else? Actually, so I haven't even talked about it on here yet myself. I was thinking about maybe doing like a rewatch and having like you or Luke on, but Loki.
Yeah.
Season 2. Yeah,
it's been a while. I drop the memories in here now. But the season 2, I mean, it was very good. I mean, unfortunately, everything's all fucked up right now with what they went with. But, I mean, I still thought it was very good. I think season 1's much better. Not much better, but
go much better,
I think season.
I like. Season
sorry, I'll take that back. Season 1's better.
I like season 1 better.
But yeah, no, I mean this one was awesome. Again, like the biggest takeaway I had between both seasons was just how good that Hiddleston and Owen Wilson were on screen. Like that, I would have never thought they would have had it as good a chemistry as they did.
I never would have thought like Owen Wilson would have worked in the MCU.
Right?
But
yeah,
Morbius is a great character.
Yeah, no, it was very good. Again, everything's very fucked up right now with what they're doing.
With Jonathan Majors,
it's tough to see what they're doing.
I can't think of his fucking name, but he was in Straight Outta Compton. He was in fucking a couple of other things too. He was I can't fucking think of his name, but he was one of the suggestions I saw for like a recast if they were gonna do it, and it was the only one that I actually like kind of liked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up his name right now.
I really hope we just don't recast. Like I hope that's not a thing.
It's just so tough though. I can't believe that they're just gonna throw that to the sideline after fucking Aldous Hodge. There we go. This guy right here. I'm sure you probably know him, but
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's been in a few things. Fucking, he was in. Oh, that's right. He was in Black Adam. He was like Hawkman. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah,
He
right.
was one of the best parts of that movie.
Yeah.
Straight Outta Compton, like I said. There's a couple of other things, but I like him, and I feel like he's got like the look, and I feel like he's got like the right swagger to him too. Yeah. I feel like he could do it.
I mean, I think also, I don't know if we talked about it on here, but like to me, the only option is recast. You have to. You can't just pretend that what you've been doing.
Too much. Yeah.
You had a whole, saga. You had a whole saga that built up to this. If you just had one movie and this happened, then you could scrap it.
And like you're talking about, technically speaking, like the easiest character to recast because you just do variants.
Yeah.
There's already a trillion variants.
Yeah.
On them. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Like, what are you going to do? Bring in Doctor Doom and pretend nothing happened?
Yeah,
like,
that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Can't do that.
If they want to like accelerate that, I could see that happening. You know what I'm saying? Probably tighten up the multiverse saga as opposed to what they were originally going to do. Or who knows? If they end up going recast, they could still run it out the whole way. I don't know. But I think it'd be crazy to just throw out.
I haven't done any recasting that has turned me off from what you went from Terrence Howard to Don Cheadle. Like that's a nice little improvement there.
For sure. I liked the girl that they casted for Cassie Lang. She's from Society and Detective Pikachu and shit like that.
Should be in there going forward.
Yeah. It seems like they're going to be pushing that Young Avengers thing too. I think it's going to be kind of running simultaneously with like the TV MA shit, which we're going to be talking about Echo very shortly. Anything else you wanted to mention that you've been checking out lately?
I did. So I wasn't cheating. I was looking at your sheep. I did catch an episode of Ted, and it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was
way better than I thought.
Yeah, it kept me
definitely
makes me want to keep going through it. I thought it was kind of going to be cheesy and
didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, or that they like softened it up a little bit, but they really didn't.
They didn't really. I was just saying, at the end of the day, it was still Seth MacFarlane's show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, obviously now he has like no creative power on Family Guy anymore.
Yeah,
but. So as soon as I saw that it was like his show that he was doing all of it, I was like, all right, that gives me hope right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they haven't held back. I mean, I only watched the first episode, but I thought it was hysterical. I was cracking up.
The scene where he's on the water slide shooting the gun was wicked funny. They was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm doing a science experiment." She's like, "You shooting at anybody?" He's like, "No." All right.
She just goes back inside.
No, definitely enough to keep me going. I'm gonna keep checking that out too.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that. So I think the next, hopefully gonna be next weekend. I talked to Los. Los will be back for the first time in a long time. But we're gonna hopefully do Ted and then season 5 of Fargo.
Yeah, I get that one
the
too.
other thing that I was gonna mention.
Yep.
Have you watched any of Fargo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the one with Jesse Plemons, Kirsten Dunst? I remember that one.
So that's my favorite one is 2.
I think I saw maybe the first 2.
One's really great too. That's the one with Martin Freeman, fucking Agent Ross.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Right. Yeah, he was very good in that one.
Actually, literally just finished watching it the other day. Holly, never seen it.
Yeah, I think I just saw that. Like, I never saw the one. Chris Rock in the last one or something.
That's 4. I got, I think, through 2 episodes.
Oh, this ain't it.
Cannot do this.
Yeah,
they went super like inside, like criminal, like tried to be like almost like I don't know, like almost too copy kind of a thing.
Yeah,
rather than like a wild.
Just stick to the formula.
Yeah. 3 I finished, but 3 I didn't really care for. 2, like I said, 2 is my favorite, and now this is probably my second favorite. This one probably edges out the first season. The finale's on Wednesday, but the first 9 episodes have been awesome. John Hamm is like a bad guy, basically. He's been awesome and just like intimidating.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
My boy, fucking King Steve, Joe Carey, so he's in it too. He plays John Hamm's son, but he's like kind of a fucking shithead.
Same thing, yeah. Edgy.
But I love him and everything.
Yep.
I don't know the name of the main character, this female, though. She's friggin' awesome. She's killing it. But this season's been really, really, really good. I'm looking forward to the finale a lot.
Nice.
So hopefully, like I said, I'm going to talk about that next weekend. That and Ted.
Yeah. And then the True Detective tonight?
Tonight.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll give that a go.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it'll be tonight, but I'll give it a go some point this week.
That's another one that's kind of the same thing. Like, obviously, season 1's one of the best shows of, like, best seasons of TV of all time. And then 2 is truly awful. And then 3 was good. Like 3, I mean, it definitely wasn't season 1 at all. But it
seems to be the consensus for everybody.
I enjoyed it.
I think that's how I started on this podcast, too. Like, at the very beginning, I ended up watching it, and I was like, wow, this This is wicked good.
That's one. Yeah, I pushed that hard for a long time. It seems like everybody kind of caught on by now. Everyone's checked it out.
Yeah.
That was what I was pushing. I was like, this is as good a TV as you're gonna get.
Well worth it.
But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying that. True Detective, like you said, True Detective starts tonight. I'm looking forward to that as well. I like that. I already see a lot of snow in it. That instantly gets me going a little bit.
Yep.
Which I was thinking possibly in February. It's been a little while since we did a draft, and the last draft was a nightmare. I was thinking about doing maybe some kind of basically winter movie drafts.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be only 3 people and probably maybe 4, 5 picks max, because there's obviously not I don't feel like that many movies to pick from.
Yeah.
But I feel
so not Christmas, but winter. So The Shining, for example.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Shining, definitely. Misery, same thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I would say big snow helps, or I don't know, things that you would if it's a snow day, what the fuck, you know what I mean? You're gonna put something on. I feel like they usually fit something like that.
Yeah.
We'll try to get the intangibles down.
Yep.
But let's get into the reviews. We got 3 different things we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be doing Echo. We're going to be doing Thanksgiving, which came out around Thanksgiving, slash movie. And then last but not least, we're going to be doing Saltburn. So I'm excited to talk about all 3 of these things. Different feelings for all of them, though. I can tell you that. All my vibes are very different.
It's like this.
Yeah, for real. So Echo has been the newest series that just came to Disney Plus. 5 episodes. They dropped the whole thing at once, which right away I think is kind of weird. They said that they were trying a new strategy, but I was like, that's weird. I feel like it's kind of thing you don't think you're going to be able to keep people coming back week to week. You know what I'm saying?
That's a desperation move there if you're having it all in one.
I agree.
That's tough.
It follows the character Echo, Maya Lopez, who we originally met in Hawkeye, show that I actually liked quite a bit. She had a good little role in that show. She was in pretty much every episode, I think, for the most part, except for maybe the first one. It's a continuation of her story. It's the first show. So Marvel, we kind of just mentioned it too. Marvel seems like they're going to be kind of branching off in a couple different ways. They're set up in this, called MCU Spotlight. It's like the TVMA, a little bit. Deadpool's obviously going to be a part of that too. That's going to be rated R. Blade's going to be rated R. So
is that what that is? That Spotlight thing? Because I was,
yeah,
I don't know if I
Spotlight,
just never
that's
paid
what they
attention, but I couldn't. I was like, I don't ever remember seeing that.
It's brand new. This was the first project on the.
Got it.
It was rated TVMA, which that got me intrigued. But going into this show, before the trailer came out, I had 0. I think we mentioned it too previously. I had 0 interest in this show. Then the trailer drops. You see TVMA. You see a guy get shot in the neck in the trailer, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Man."
A little peek there. Yeah, a little peek. Yeah.
All right, you know what? Maybe this show's not going to be too bad. And I really didn't like it at all. I kind of hated it. Yeah, I hated it.
I think overall we got duped on this TV series. First off, the TVMA thing. At what point was this show?
It was definitely a little bit more bloody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Fisk had blood on his suit. That made it TVMA.
A couple of good fight scenes. It's just more.
It wasn't like anybody's fucking arm got chopped off or anything like that. It was like it's still
MCU.
I think we got duped on the MA. So like you said, it's not just us. I feel like the majority of people you see TVMA, Marvel, you're like, all right, yeah, got me. I'll start getting into it a little bit.
Especially when you have the fucking Boys running right now.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest shows on TV, and that's wildly gruesome.
Just didn't see any reason for it to be TVMA. Maybe it's just, this might be on me, but I just thought there was going to be way more Daredevil involved. They showed Daredevil for one scene.
Now, and that's another thing of trying to hook audiences, kind of like we just mentioned with the drop. They put that Daredevil scene in the first, I think it's the first 20 minutes of episode 1, and it's oh shit, that was cool. That whole fight scene was really cool. Fucking, I really enjoyed that one. When the guy literally, to start it, the dude literally just runs and just dives into the fucking door. Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, what?
That's one of the only good things I can say.
Unfortunately, that was all you saw from Daredevil.
Yeah, it was all you saw from Daredevil. So right away, that sucked. And we got right before the show came out, there was a lot of tweets going around that there's a 6-minute fight between the two of them. And then when I found out that was it, I was like, "Is that really 6 minutes?" And then at the same time, I was like, "Is that really it?" I was like, right away in episode 1, I was like, "That sucks." But that's the only thing I can say that I thought was pretty good. Was there's that fight scene.
The arcade one was
3. There's the arcade
one was good too.
Good.
Yeah.
And then even the one in the finale was kind of just
no.
Yeah.
I mean, they. I guess another pro. They did a couple cool things with the no sound. I think it's I don't know if it's the first one or the second one, but when she she has the bike go into the cop car.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like, that's just all just silent. Like,
Yeah.
They did some pretty good things with that.
Sure. That's true. Good point.
Wilson Fisk he's buried. Like, I don't see. He's buried. For a wrestling term,
let's get
buried.
A lot of the bad. Yeah, let's start there. So, one of the most popular castings is because he's the Kingpin in, I think, all of those. I know at least Daredevil. I don't know if he is in all of the other shows as well. The Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and
Punisher?
Iron Fist.
Was he ever in Punisher?
He's definitely not in. No, I don't think so.
No.
He's definitely not in season 1. The Punisher's dope.
Yeah.
Show's
Yeah, I gotta
fucking
get to that.
And then I tried to watch Daredevil, but I only got through the first season and a half. But he's very popular, like I said, from that show. Like, everyone was very, very, or not everyone, but a lot of people that watch those shows were excited when he got casted in the MCU. And I have, from day one, just not fucking saw it. Even when I saw him in Daredevil, I was like, I don't get it. I was like, first of all, when I think of Kingpin, like, call it whatever you want, I think of, like, the old school, like, animated Kingpin. Like, just a massive human with, like, a tiny little head. And people are like, well, how do you cast that? I'm like, well, first of all, you get a bigger guy. Like, you find a dude who's, like, 6'6", 6'7",
Like-
6'8".
Like they did with Michael Clark Duncan the first time around. They tried
For
to
real. And then I'm like, and now, like, we just saw what they did with Thanos. Like, he looked awesome. Every single time he's on screen, he looked awesome. I'm like, you telling me that we can't do some shit to, like, alter this guy's body a little bit and make him bigger? Like,
Yeah.
We're the fucking MCU. I think we got enough
Yeah.
I think we can do that CGI. I think we can pull that off. I just think he's not big enough. And, like, I hate his voice. I don't know what it is.
Was that supposed to be the offset with him not being bigger and fatter? Was that he had a deeper voice? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know if you remember, but in Hawkeye, you know how Kate Bishop's mom ends up, like, working for him. It's like a twist. So she works for him, and then they have a conversation, and she basically says that she wants to quit.
Yep.
And she's got, like, some blackmail, basically, on him. And then, like, in the next scene, you see him talking to one of those the jumpsuit mafia guys. And he says, she thinks she can just quit her job like we're at Goldman Sachs. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, am I actually supposed to be, like, intimidated by this guy?
Yeah, right.
Like, what are the executives from fucking Marvel, like, a week before the show came out, said he's going to be the street-level Thanos? I am not even remotely intimidated by this guy.
No, I mean, think of it like in wrestling terms, right? Like, if you want a guy to look good, you have him put on a good match, he still loses.
Yeah.
But you have him look good so that going forward you can still buy into him going forward. You can't, like, this is the bury. This is just the golden shovel, fucking bury him. I don't think he's coming out. He looked fucking just weak the whole entire time.
Yep.
He looks like he's about to have a heart attack anytime he does anything physical, which I guess as a big fat guy, like, it's like
he literally, like, manhandles fucking Spider-Man and shit like that.
Yeah, like just throws him across the fucking room.
I'm supposed to believe that guy's gonna like Tom Holland's gonna have that guy in a body bag in like fucking under a minute. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't buy into it at all.
That's tough.
Which kind of goes. I just mentioned the word street level. Heard a bunch of that whole thing about street level. That's why I think they announced that the Netflix shows are canon. They're doing Echo. They got, like, say, like, Blade coming in. They just did Moon Knight, which he's supposed to be the same thing. They got Deadpool coming in. So, like, street level. Right, like, this shit gets mystical as fuck. She's literally fucking dialing back to her multiple ancestors at the same time.
Yeah.
It's basically, like, fucking some magical powers, basically.
Yeah, I don't get it.
What is street level about?
Yeah. Well, like, what is all of a sudden the big push for Marvel with, like, I don't know if this sounds bad, but, like, Native Americans and push, like, the What If episode 6.
People love that episode. I don't get it.
Like this, I'm like,
it was awful.
So all of a sudden, this is going to be our new agenda going forward for Marvel.
I don't even know.
Like, who cares about her fucking backstory? We saw the backstory in Hawkeye. That's it. That's all you needed for a backstory. I don't care that she's like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's because they changed her, like, the way they changed her powers basically. Like, she's basically like Taskmaster. She can just, like, literally see something and copy it, like, perfectly. You know what I'm saying?
Fine.
That's why she's such a problem fighting.
Fine. I don't need flashbacks for you to show me that.
They changed it. That's what I'm saying. They gave her some fucking mystical abilities they changed. That's all new.
Terrible.
But I didn't like that. The street level thing, like I said, didn't make any sense to me because we almost right away, as soon as the show starts, we get out of that. I feel like side characters are usually a thing, even, like, in things like projects that I don't like. If I take She-Hulk. Like, Wong was in it. I loved Wong. Madison, 2 N's, 1 Y. It's not what you think it is.
Yeah, right.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
Abomination was good in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
The little cameos from Daredevil were cool in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
The finale of She-Hulk, I thought was awesome. Like,
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah,
by
right.
far and away the best episode.
Yeah.
But like, just in generalness, I was like, self-awareness off the charts. Having Kevin be an abbreviation for the robot who's really Kevin.
Yeah,
Feige.
right.
They had like the Kevin Feige hat on him too.
Yeah.
It was fucking hilarious. Like, it was so
Self-awareness, like you said.
off the charts. Yeah.
Some
off
of
the
them
charts.
goofier than others, but at least you got a reaction out of it.
Yeah, there were some episodes that were really, really, really bad, but there were a couple that I was like, that was cool.
Yeah.
There was some cool shit. I laughed. Like, even the first one's the one with the Hulk. It's like Mark Ruffalo, like, he fucking shows her how to be She-Hulk and shit.
Yeah.
That one was
On the
funny.
beach and stuff.
Yeah,
Drinking.
yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Like, that one was funny.
Yeah.
So if I was ranking all of the Marvel shows so far, I have this one above Moon Knight, and that's it. Like, if you had me
Yeah.
at the
No,
watch
that sounds
one of
about
these
right.
again, I would watch this again.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Um.
Moon Knight season 2 coming. I'm like,
I guess.
We
Yeah.
have
Gun to head. I guess I would. Yeah. Have to go with this. But did you stick around for the post credit?
what an awful post credit scene.
Yeah. Cool. He's running for mayor. Sick.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, but I guess that's how. Like, I was looking into it a little bit. I guess that's how, like, Daredevil gets more involved. I think after he steps down as mayor, Luke Cage becomes the mayor or something. But it's basically like it sounds like it's gonna lead to Daredevil's kind of at first working like inside job with Fisk about like the crime. Like, that's where it might get into more like street level stuff. And
Yeah.
so
That's gonna be
if
the
it's
guy
that,
running the street
then
level.
yeah, right. If it's that,
yeah.
then I can kind of see it. But
Spider-Man's
I
got too
mean-
much going on.
yeah. I'm good with not watching this ever again.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I didn't love fucking She-Hulk by any means, but I would definitely, like, if I had to watch one of them, I definitely would watch She-Hulk again. 'Cause at least
Yeah,
I know
for sure.
I'm gonna laugh a few times and shit.
Yeah.
I'd probably next go like it's either Falcon and the Winter Soldier or Miss Marvel. Honestly, I might probably go Miss Marvel. Falcon and the Winter Soldier in hindsight was just not that great. The best scene of the entire show was the opening scene.
Yeah.
It's when Falcon fucking just demolishes a few helicopters. The scene is fucking awesome. Aside from that, though,
Yeah, then they start digging deeper into that. And,
yeah, no. And then after that, what do we got after that? Hawkeye, then WandaVision, Loki. Unless I'm forgetting something. I guess you could throw What If on there. What If? I can't. I haven't even finished What If season 2.
No, I was so turned off after episode 6.
I watched 7. 7 was fucking Thor's sister there, Kate Blanchett.
Hello.
Hella. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I did watch that one. Yeah.
Even
with
that
the 10
one?
with the 10 rings, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, that one didn't do fucking
No.
anything for me either, and I was just out after that. I just
Nope.
haven't. I mean, eventually I'll go watch the last 3, but
There's
I
still
also
3 more
saw-
after that?
yeah.
Oh,
10.
woof. I thought that was like 2 more.
Yeah,
One
no,
more or
there's
something.
10, and I saw a bunch of like just screenshots on Twitter of like Captain Britain's got like fucking Hela's helmet on. She's got like, her shield. She's got something else in her left hand. I can't remember what it is.
It's like you just hit the random button when you're creating a character's outfit. Like you just hit X and it just comes up with a character.
Enough of that. We just saw it in Secret Invasion. It was awful. That
Yep.
show. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
That show.
that's how bad it was. That's how bad
about
it
its
was.
existence.
Oh god, that was
Oh,
awful.
geez.
I never even finished it.
I would watch Secret Invasion over this again. Yeah.
No.
I would watch Secret Invasion over this again.
I think that's where I draw the line. I think I would watch this. Possibly because it's only like 5 episodes. that might be the difference.
That's not a bad call, actually. But overall, I mean, I think we just kind of expressed it pretty well. I mean, we definitely weren't fans.
I had very low expectations going in, and
Met-
they matched that.
Yeah,
well done.
Yeah, bottom tier MCU, if you ask me.
Yep.
Probably my. I think I have it for me.
The
Secret Invasion.
downward spiral continues.
Yeah, that wasn't good. And now we don't have another project now because of all the. This is the kind of that time where the strikes are starting to hit. There's definitely been a downtime as far as the theater, even TV. But we don't have anything till Deadpool, which is
May?
July.
Oh, July.
yeah,
That's
I think
right.
it's
Yeah.
July,
Ugh.
And then what's after that? Is it?
I think
Fantastic Four might be after that.
No, I think you got Captain America.
Oh
before that.
yeah. That is the next one. That's like May 25.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's spread out now, spread thin.
That movie's supposed to be crazy though. because like I think like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is a big character. Harrison Ford is Red Hulk, which is going to be crazy.
That's sweet.
There's definitely like if we see the Hulk, is he going to have like his son with him? Actually speaking of She-Hulk, we saw like Hulk has a son.
Yeah, his son was awesome.
I don't know. Like they think they're setting up for World War Hulk, which who knows when that's going to happen.
That'd be sweet.
Speaking of Fantastic Four, though, like supposedly Pedro Pascal signed on. Like Pedro signed on. How are like these other three not like? Supposedly they have their people: Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things, and then fucking cousin from The Bear, whose name I can never remember. But like then, like what are we waiting on?
Yeah, so it's not pen to paper yet. No. Oh wow,
crazy.
I thought it was pen to paper.
I feel like this movie's been casting for like 17 years now.
Yeah.
But
you hear they're gonna do too? What's gonna piss me off is when we did that casting thing, and I said Anna Taylor-Joy for Sue Storm.
Yeah.
And they're saying she's gonna be cast as the Silver Surfer.
Female Silver Surfer. Huh?
Yeah, they were saying they're gonna do Silver Surfer potentially female, and it would be Anna Taylor-Joy. That'd be wild if I missed out on that. I just got the casting wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, I do love Anya Taylor-Joy. I do love her. Any other MCU or Echo thoughts?
No. I said as long as you saw the post-credit scene, yeah. I feel like anybody could easily just be like, all right, get this the hell out of here.
Yeah, no, couldn't have cared less. There was another scene where he was on the plane and he just like... Just like, again, like, have y'all seen the fucking cartoon? Like, this dude just like would shatter this plane in half.
Yeah.
He fucking did that. I don't know. I think it's
he didn't even put a hole in the wall when he did it.
Really. It looked like me hitting that wall. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap MCU. Let's jump into... We have two movies. We're going to start with Thanksgiving. Then we'll get to Saltburn. So Thanksgiving, new slasher. Came out over the holiday. And first thing I noticed right away was that it got awesome reviews. Especially for horror movies as a whole, a lot of times struggle.
Yeah.
And I feel like the slasher genre struggles even more because it's a unique audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Most of the time it's fans 75 and up, and then critics are like 25 and under.
Yeah. So this one, critics 83, audience is 79. That's tomatoes. So
really? Wow.
I was like, oh, damn. I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
And I saw the trailer. I was like, all right, this looks like a good time. And that's exactly what I thought it was. I'm a fan of slashers, and I thought that this had everything I want in a slasher. I thought there were good kills. Which I think is probably the most important thing. Then I think there's it's 2 and 3 are close, but 2 and 3 I would say is self-awareness and then like comedy or comedic moments.
Yeah.
Scream is the perfect example.
Yeah.
Scream is not only like my favorite slasher, it's pretty much like my favorite horror movie. It's one of my favorite movies just in general. Like, I fucking love that movie.
Yep.
And it checks all three of those boxes huge, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought this movie did the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I think like you said, self-awareness and comedy, I think they tie in with one another because they know like it's just a movie that like they're not...
We're not here for the plot.
This is a perfect not reinventing the wheel movie. Like they know what they're getting themselves into, and like they don't do anything crazy. But it's funny that you said Scream because what's the common denominator there? Fucking Patrick Dempsey. Is he just the answer to? Is he the answer to everything? I thought my days of spoiler alert, but I thought my days of seeing Patrick Dempsey as a killer were over long time ago. But no, I mean this movie was they're not, like I said, they're not trying to reinvent the wheel, and that works out perfect for it. Like some of the killed, like the lady in the fucking oven and shit.
Oh yeah. That was brutal.
God, that was nasty.
But there was a lot of intense ones. When like the very annoying fucking bitch from the beginning who ended up working at the diner. When he puts her head in the bucket of water and then like literally sticks it to the freezer.
Yeah, right.
Like daddy, I was like, I don't like that at all.
Cheek was like, oh god, that was gross.
Yeah, no, that shit was intense.
Some really like clever, like the trampoline one. That was clever as hell.
Yeah,
with the girl on the trampoline. Yeah. Like I thought that was wicked clever.
Nope, that was good. No, like I said, I thought this was everything I wanted in a slasher. I'm kind of just surprised that everybody else liked it as much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I don't know. I feel like there's not many of these going on right now. There were like as soon as it opened up, so the movie takes place in Massachusetts. As soon as it opens up, you get like, it's hard to judge because so many movies that take place here, they do retardedly bad accents. Yeah,
I thought Patrick Dempsey's was bad.
Right, but
then like, isn't he from
like, he's from Maine. Right. After like even like 2 or 3 minutes, I was like, oh shit. I was like, this is very intentional. Again, to the
Some of them were definitely, yeah.
They drove it over and above. The kid that's like from the other school.
Oh yeah. He was wicked
fucking
over the top.
dying every friggin' time.
Yeah, he was way over the top.
There was a few times I laughed out loud, like really, really hard. The biggest one was definitely when they're at the party and there's a bunch of like young kids trying to get into the party, and the dude that like he was like selling the guns and shit. I think he sells drugs too or whatever. He mentions Black Sabbath, and the kid goes, "Who's Black Sabbath?" And he just goes, "You know Black." Just get off my fucking lawn. Go back to Methuen.
Yeah, go back to Methuen.
I fucking died, dude. I fucking died.
Yep. That guy was very funny.
But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this. As a slasher fan, I thought this was a perfect slasher movie. Like I said, good kills, comedic.
I also didn't think too that it was gonna be who it was, because you had like the two guys fighting over that girl.
Oh, I thought it was the kid that skipped town.
He throws when he was a baseball player or whatever, and then at the parade he broke his hand or whatever.
Fucking was mad at his girl.
Yeah,
and blamed her. He bounced for a year.
Yeah,
so it's like, all right, I had to go put my planet in, and now I'm back to kill all y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was so in on him.
Yeah.
The other thing I noticed too was a couple times was I kind of ruled out like the killer was like not big. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it looked like a small person.
Yeah.
So there's a couple people where I was like, say like her boyfriend after the kid that left.
Yeah.
So he was like a bigger,
taller side. Yeah.
I was like, I don't think it's gonna be him. Then the two other main kids that played on the football team.
Yeah.
Like, both of them same thing, stocky dudes. I was
yeah.
Like, nah, I don't think it's them either. I didn't think it was gonna be a girl either. Scream was the only one that pulled that off a couple times.
Yeah. I said I didn't think it'd be Patrick Dempsey, but
no.
Also, somebody just running around in a fucking pilgrim costume killing people
was
awesome.
Funny. Yeah,
the guy's walking around in a fucking pilgrim costume.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I said B minus 8.1.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's fair.
Yeah, definitely a movie I'm gonna watch again.
Yeah, I can go back. Like I can go back there for sure.
Shit. There are no Thanksgiving movies either, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough to pull that off. I feel like in the horror genre. Without it being corny as hell, you know what I mean? Like, they've done corny ones with, like, fucking killer turkeys and shit like that.
Yeah, for real. Well, actually, I know, I wouldn't say cult because a lot of people do like it, but not a cult classic, but Trick or Treat is like that. Like, Trick or Treat I fucking love. That movie is absolutely insane.
Yeah, right.
That movie is absolutely
insane. You're a crazy fucking to come up with that shit.
Yeah. It's got, like, 7 billion different things going on. Yeah. I love that movie. It's awesome. It's a great time. But from there, let's go to our last review. A movie that I'm very excited to talk about. I think me and you have some different feelings on this movie. But that's Saltburn, which came out over the fall. It's on Amazon. You can go check it out now. I wanted to, before I even get into it, I wanted to kind of just read what they have written down if you like Google the movie, which is thriller comedy, which I think is accurate. And then it says, if someone asked me how to describe this movie, I wouldn't even know where to start. Distraught by his classmate Oliver's unfortunate living situation, Felix, a rich kid, invites him over to his estate. Soon a series of horrifying events engulf Felix's family. Which nails it right on the head. I was like, all right, you know what? Good job.
Yeah.
Because right away, if you would ask me to describe this movie, I'd be like, fucking.
Yeah, it really is tough to explain. If someone's just like, what's it about? You're just...
So there's this...
But
this movie was... As soon as I watched it, I texted like everybody I knew about it. I was like, dude, I just watched a wild movie. Like I watched so much stuff to the point where like some of it, like if there's not something memorable about it, like I don't remember it. You know what I mean? Like I've watched so much shit. Sometimes something will be like brought up and I'm like, I don't think I've seen that. And I type it in and then when I see it, I'm like, oh, all right. Yeah. I have in fact seen that. This movie, I watched it a week ago now. This movie has been on my mind every single day since I watched it. Since that movie week.
Wow.
Which I feel like is an uncommon thing. Like this movie left me as soon as it ended. I was just like, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, I didn't
like some of the scenes or the whole movie itself.
I thought the twist that came in this movie. There's like two of them. It's like when he goes to his parents, and then obviously like the ending. Both twists, I just like. The second one I started to put together as the end. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the first one I didn't see coming at all.
Yeah.
That fucking blew my mind.
Yep.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, something's up.
Yeah.
But Barry Kogan, the lead, seen him a couple times now. Eternals. He was in Banshees of Hiroshima, or Irishman, whatever you want to say it. Which he was nominated for a supporting actor in that. This kid's a stud.
Yeah.
This kid's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He would put another.
He's our age, too.
Another,
31 or something. I was looking at it yesterday.
Could possibly be the Joker, too. They teased that in the Batman.
Yeah.
So, who knows? You could be getting that role as well. That'd be an interesting... I think, like I said, I think he's a stud, so I think he can pull off whatever he wants. But I think he can do that and make it his own. I feel like he'd be a good
for sure.
Joker. I love him in Eternals. I know a lot of people. I've defended that movie on the pod a couple times. I know people don't love it, but I loved his character a lot.
Yeah.
Mind control. I liked the Makai character, which they end up having a little thing. I liked all that too. But this kid, I think, is friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
Puts in another awesome performance.
And this, like I said, this year Dune 2 and Gladiator 2 this year. So he's getting some paychecks this year. And then, like you said, if they go forward with the Batman and have him as the Joker.
Yep.
Sky's the limit.
47 days till Dune 2. 47. Tickets still not on sale. Also got Jacob Elordi, who a lot of people I think would know from Euphoria. He's been
That's what he's
off
from.
in a lot
Thank
of
you.
jobs
Oh,
and shit
man.
like that. Yeah,
Thank you. That was driving me fucking. I was like, it was one of those where I'm looking at the guy. I'm like, I fucking know where this guy's from. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he's in Euphoria, but he's been getting. He got offered something that he passed on, but it was a good role, and it was something very recently. So I can't fucking think of what it was, but I'd have to look it up. And then you got Rosamund Pike, who's still one of the most terrifying women of all time.
She's good.
Yeah, like Gone Girl will forever like traumatize me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Actually, that's kind of like in this, not in the same. Actually, it's kind of in the same realm of like movies that movie's gonna stay with me forever. That movie fucking terrifies me.
Yeah. She terrifies me.
Yeah. A bunch of good performances. Like I said, the twists and turns I did not see coming. And there was a few scenes, which is probably why I'm going to remember this movie, but there were like 3 different scenes that had me crawling in my skin.
Yeah.
Like, wildly uncomfortable, but like completely incapable of looking away from the screen.
Yeah.
I was just like...
Right. That's a perfect way of describing it, because if you if you have that scene in a movie or something, it's like a horror movie where like somebody's like arm gets cut. You know, for me is like, oh, like you're like, oh, right, God, what is that? Yeah. But this is just more so like, what is he doing? What the hell is he doing? What are you doing?
Why are you doing that?
Oh, God, no.
Don't do that.
Yeah, like you're glued to it.
Oh, man. Honestly, so I would say you got the bathtub scene, the hookup scene, and then the graveyard scene. Those were like the 3 that was. The bathtub to me was the craziest one. That one I was like literally just like shaking.
Yeah, that's nasty.
But I don't want to give like too much away, because if people haven't seen that one, I really want people to go see that fucking movie. On Amazon.
Grave scene too is like at the beginning of when it's shot. They did a couple really cool shots in it.
Oh yeah,
the graveyard looks like they have like the grave, like the fog and everything, and I think they show him at the top of the stairs, and he's like, you can't even see him. And like some of the shots in it were very well done.
Yeah, no, it was. I loved a lot, pretty much everything about this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. That's for damn sure. I loved it. Like I said, twists and turns were great.
So I guess I was going to ask the question, because I was talking to K-Mac about this yesterday, and he was like, I think we had the same kind of concept where both me and him felt the same way of like you want to bail on the movie like 3 or 4 times throughout the movie, but the last 15 minutes, I won't say bails it out, but it's worth sticking through for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know you didn't like it as much as I did.
So you obviously don't have that same... Like,
Oh,
you plowed through it.
Pretty captivated.
There wasn't at any point where you were like, I'm about to... I'm not going to lie, I had about 3 different times where I was thinking of bailing during it. But I'm glad I didn't, because the last like 15, 20 minutes was well worth sticking through. But you obviously, you never got to any point where you were like, I'm all set.
Right away, I was just intrigued because he's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
So right away, I was interested. Just the whole life too. I like the British pubs and just fucking having a pint.
I didn't know if it was like Get Out vibes. I kind of had like Get Out vibes at first, where like I thought it was the other guy, having him go to his house. You know what I mean? Like that's where I thought it was going at first.
I would say so that the bathtub scene was probably, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes into the movie, something like that. I'd say. Because they're in college for a little while before they even get to the estate, and that's not like as soon as they get to the estate, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's there for a little bit.
I'd say probably like 40 minutes or something like that, and as soon as that happened, that was like where it was like, now I'm lost.
Whoa, yeah.
I was like, if you're doing that, I was like, this is not the end of it.
Yeah.
And I had already heard things about this movie that I had read on Twitter that it was like, yo, this movie might not be for everybody, but like, if you like it, you're gonna like it.
Right.
It's a crazy friggin' watch.
Yep.
So like as soon as that happened, I was like basically I was captivated from there. And then you have the hookup, which I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Oof.
But the
Gnarly.
only thing that I guess I wouldn't even say bored me, but like I wasn't interested in was the best friend. That like got kicked out for once
For the drugs. Yeah, he eventually got kicked out for the drugs. Yeah.
That kid was just kind of like a douche. He was like they showed him in college too. He was just kind of a douche. I was just like, and he was in it for a good amount during the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
That character did really nothing for me.
You would have thought he would have had a payoff or something with him, like whether it was him getting killed off or whatever it was. Like he's just a little twat, and then he just gets kicked out and just goes away. Like just goes away.
That the last two scenes when they kind of do like the flashbacks to all the different things, that was awesomely done.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this was from the beginning, huh? Like I just never thought of it.
And then obviously the scene of him dancing at the end is
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like
the way it's shot too is just that like they just clearly just have a camera just following him around.
Yeah. The line of coke at like the end.
Yeah.
Was so fucking great.
Yeah.
It was great. So yeah, like I said, it was one of my favorite movies of the year. I gave it a 9.1. I loved it. I guess like the only thing like there were like a couple of parts I would say earlier on too that I got like a tiny bit slow, but I was never like out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I probably could have maybe trimmed like 10 minutes here or there. I didn't love that friend character, but I mean, awesome performances. It's like I said, it's a wild movie, and I watched so many things, and like there are things that I watched that sure like are better than this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like this movie, like it's gonna stick with me for a while.
Yeah.
You know
It's just the classic of like I didn't think it had the ending that it did. But now if you watch it again, you're just like, oh my god, it's so fucking obvious. You know what I mean? It's like it's like watching a Scream again for the first time or whatever.
Definitely gonna have a good replay.
You're like, man, I didn't think that was the payoff, but you watch it again, you're like, oh man, like this is right in front of me the whole time.
Yeah. So what do you think? What would you give it roughly?
Yes, probably C. I just thought they were, like I said, like me and K-Mac had the same concept. There were just too many times where I was about to just be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I'm very glad that I'm very glad I didn't. It's probably worth a rewatch because now that I know that the ending is very good in it, I don't want to say it definitely doesn't save the movie for me, but like the fact that the ending is so good is definitely worth a rewatch and being able to like plow through it.
Yeah. Like I said, there was always a scene like like I said, the parent scene too. Like that was another one. I was like, oh shit. Like,
yeah.
Fuck. But like you mentioned too, the cinematography is really good. Actually, like that scene, the driving through the fucking whatever you want to call it, driving through the hills of the town or whatever. That looked cool. Playing a little Mr. Brightside by the Killers.
Yeah.
But like you said, it looked really, really good.
Yeah. There's one of them. He's in his dorm or something. He's looking outside. I think it's like a mirror's on the side of him, but based on all the reflections, is like 6 different like levels to his face, and like even that, I was like, wow, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. But I think that's about all I got for Saltburn. Definitely check it out if you haven't yet. Amazon Prime.
It's worth the ride. Good. Yeah, it's definitely worth the ride. That's for sure.
I was gonna say no. Like I guess I know what you're going into. It's a wild movie. It's got some wild scenes in it.
It'll wake you up for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. If you're into that, like I can't push it hard enough.
Yeah.
Like when Caleb texted me, like I said, I texted everybody as soon as I was done watching it. I was like, "Yo, go check out this movie." And then Caleb, who I lived with for like 5 years, I probably can count on like 2 hands the number of movies I saw him watch. You know what I mean? Yeah. And most of them was because I was watching it.
Yeah.
Just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when he texted me, he was just like, "Yo, like, what are we getting into?" He's like, I don't like scary shit. I was like, no. I was like, this ain't scary, bro. I was like, it's scary, but it ain't scary.
Yeah.
Like that. You know what I mean? I was like, there's some crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
But for him to watch it and he liked it, I was like, all right, I think that's like a big sign of approval.
Yeah, for sure.
Lo said that I hyped it up too. Me and K-Mac hyped it up too much. He was like, yeah, from what you guys said, I just thought it was gonna be crazy. I was like, it's gonna be crazy. What the fuck did you want?
Yeah, like I said again, it's not the oh god, like it's not that level, but it's like it's more so just the what the fuck you doing? What are you doing?
Stop! Don't don't do that.
Please don't.
But yeah, go check that out. I enjoyed that. I would say go check out Thanksgiving, but that's going to be a little bit trickier because that's not on any streaming platform. But I'm sure it'll be coming soon, so keep your eyes out for that one if you're into that. I I wouldn't really say to go check out Echo.
No. You're fine.
I would skip that one.
You're fine.
Who even knows, too, when the next time she's going to come up is, too? You know what I'm saying? It would have to be in one of those other shows.
Hopefully.
Daredevil, I'd imagine.
No offense. Hopefully not anytime soon.
Yeah. But hopefully, like I said, the next time we'll be talking to you guys is next weekend. I'll be talking about Fargo Season 5 and Ted, hopefully, again. But thanks for coming in today, Seth.
Yeah, anytime. Thanks for having me.
And we'll be talking to all of you guys shortly, all right? Happy watching.